Okay. This sketchbook, it's a school sketchbook that I made myself, which is why it's fucking fallen apart. I could not have finished this one sooner. But I started it like while I was working in my previous one. So again, the beginning stuff is pretty old, and it's just a lot of MCR. So if you're here for cookies, I'll probably put the timestamp on screen so you can skip to cookies. But I still think this beginning stuff's interesting because it's a lot of like my thought process when I'm working on stuff. I don't know. Or don't watch that part. I don't know. I'm not the boss of you. So let me make sure it's in frame. So to start off, got my OC Rory. They're child of divorce, like all of the other OCs in here. So I don't really use them anymore because they remind me of my ex, who is on the next page, starting off real strong. I've got a drawing of them. That's great. This I want to do more of like just taping like a little pouch or whatever in the very first page to hold like all of my scraps and stuff that I want to paste in and then never do. This is, my teacher was like, since this was like for school, my teacher was like, you need to do studies of artists. So this is My Chemical Romance. I love their art so much, and then it's kind of like doing studies, but obviously their stuff is digital and this is traditional, so I can't really do that very well. We had to do a bunch of different pieces with a bunch of different media for the very first project. So I did, and it was like, you have to do, it's like different media, and like it has to be a self-portrait every day, I think. I don't remember, but I just did a monochromatic self-portrait. I don't remember very well, but I still really like this self-portrait. I think it looks a lot like the picture of me, which is nice. And then trying to mess around with Photoshop on the iPad. It's shit, by the way. Don't even bother. Good Omens Season 2 had just come out, so I was like, very Good Omens brained. And then, so Corleone Azuraphale, double checking that everything's in frame. I think it is. Good enough. And then we've got Gerard's and then Frank's for my Demon Frank Priest Gerard AU that I never did anything with and probably never will. More Priest Gerard and Demon Frank. Highlighter. This is my OC Tesla with oil pastels, and it looks like shit, but because the red bled through yellow for some reason, and then this smudged, and I'm just bad with oil pastels to begin with, so that's great and fun. And then we've got Course and Party Poison. I still, this is okay. It's based on a picture from, I think, when they were recording. I don't remember if it was a promotional picture or like from one of the music videos. Either way. Swarm Tour, Secretary Gerard. I still like this. I turned this into print, and then never actually printed it. But I want to get back into printmaking. I love printmaking so much, but I just, whatever. More brainstorming. This is my OC, God, what's his name? Jay. Yeah. And then Gerard and Mikey that I kind of hate, but I hated it more when I started it than I do now, so that's, I guess, an improvement. I don't know, maybe my taste is just bad and getting worse. My friend drew me while we were just sitting in class and handed it to me, and I was like, yippee, and I wanted to collage the rest of the page and then just never got around to it. And then it was a redraw, I think, of a entry to Bat Cemeteries, and gee, are they even going by that username anymore? I don't remember. I'll put their new username if that's not the username that they're going by anymore. DTIYS. I was like, I'll just redo it. So I painted it with acrylic, and I like this one a lot more than I did the previous one, but I think I could do better now. I'm probably not going to redraw it again, but, you know, if I wanted to, I could do better. I just don't want to. Ray, I really like this Ray. I think Instagram also really liked it, or maybe it was another drawing of Ray. I don't remember. And then, Hesitant Alien Gerard in, like, the Lola suit. Then some thumbnails for... So this class was, like, working towards, like, a portfolio. So, a lot of this class was, like, sketchbook assignments, but a lot of it was, like, brainstorming for, like, a bunch of finished pieces. So that's why there's a lot of brainstorming stuff in here. And my teacher was like, you have to show your process. You have to show your thought process. And I don't put my thought process on the page, really. I just think about it. So there's a lot of, like, me forcing myself to, like, make word clouds and stuff, which is what this page is. Just connecting a bunch of words, and then I was like, my thought was, like, maybe I can make, like, a playlist. I think it needed to have 12 pieces. There could be 12 finished pieces, so I was like, okay, I'll make a playlist with 12 songs, and then I'll make one piece based on every single song. That didn't end up happening, but it was a nice thought, and I do think that would still be an interesting, like, it was like a playlist, and then, like, with a specific theme, and then I'd, like, make a piece based on every song, like I said. And I still think that's an interesting idea, but I just never ended up doing it. And a Frank that I never finished. And then still life, because my teacher was like, you need to do a still life. And I was like, I guess I'll do a still life. Every single day for this class, we had to, like, we were given, like, a prompt, and then we had to draw for, like, I want to say, like, 5 minutes based on, or 5 or 10, 15 maybe? I don't remember anymore. It's been, like, 3 years. We had to draw for, like, an extended period of time based on that, or not extended, a short period of time based on that prompt. So this one was like, I guess I'm feeling numb. And I was like, I don't fucking know what to do with this. So I drew eyes, because I was like, that's a very head empty thing to draw. I don't know, man. And then this was with the theme, I was taking 2 art classes at the same time with the same teacher. And one of the themes was reflections and reverberations for, like, one of the pieces. And I was like, okay, I'll do that. So this is thinking about that. I don't know. More looking at art. This is emo critters. They give calico critters little outfits but, like, specifically MCR. I didn't want to say specifically MCR, but I was like, I just drew a couple of their calico critters, and I was like, I'll print out pictures of the ones that I was referencing and then put them in here. And then I never asked my teacher to print them out, so I never got print out. More, like, word clouds and stuff. This was trying to simplify my Party Poison design to make a plush. I'll probably put a picture of that on screen. I'm really bad at taking pictures of them for some reason, but, you know, whatever. And Party Poison's head, I don't know why I just bald Party Poison. This is probably around Christmas. Yeah, it's definitely around Christmas. Because got Gerard and Frank, and then for, like, the month of December, I was just, like, super into Drawtectives, and I still love the Drawtectives, but I don't know what came over me. So York, and then just, like, a lineup of all of them. I love Eugene, but I don't remember if I had finished season 2 when I started working on this. Well, Felix is there, so I had to have gotten pretty far. I don't know. Grandma, I've gotten better at drawing her, but this is bad. If you study people with dwarfism, you get better at drawing people with dwarfism. What a wild concept. I like that, Eugene, it's fine. Messing around with, like, trying to draw characters without construction lines. I'm a lot better at it now than I am there, as evidenced by whatever the fuck that is. And then Garden and Grayscale was the prompt, and I was like, wow, this is real, giving me some real creative liberties with this one. Because a lot of them are, like, vague, like dissolve or balance and chaos. And I'm like, Garden and Grayscale. Whatever. I got Mikey, for my Angels and Demons AU, and then Cobra Kid and my OC Otis, and I love Otis, but I never drew him even before the divorce. And then yeah, just more of those. I think I had was behind, so I just was trying to catch up on all of them. And then brainstorming for my Zombie Black Parade piece because I wanted to design all of the MCR members zombie Black Parade's cooked outfits. So that's what this is. And then just referenced from a drawing that Gerard did of concept art for the Black Parade. And that is, oh no, that's not. This is studying Gerard's art style, and then same. And then brainstorming for that piece that I'll probably put on screen now of the Zombie Black Parade. I'll probably put both versions because I recently redrew it. So this one is the newer version and this version is the older version. Hopefully that worked. And that is the end of my work in this sketchbook for school. So the rest of it was filled out, well, besides this one, the rest of it was filled out after finishing my previous sketchbook. Hopefully that makes sense. This was done while I was working in my previous sketchbook, but after the school year was over that I was using this sketchbook for, if that makes sense. Because I thought I had lost the Gerard and Mikey zombie design. So I was like, I'll just redraw them in this sketchbook, so I'll have them forever. And it turns out I didn't actually lose them, and I kind of hated the way Mikey was turning out. So I abandoned the sketchbook for another year, and when I came back to it, I pasted this paper, lined paper, on top of the ugly ass drawing of Mikey, and drew Fount of Knowledge. And not drawing all those fat flowers. I'm not sorry. Yeah. I don't like drawing milk crowns from the top. I love milk crowns thematically. I think they're very but yeah, no, I'm not drawing all those milk crowns. I like in theory drawing flowers because I like flower symbolism and stuff. But no. I think this is Manju Cookie, who had just come out at the time. I was like, I should draw them. You're so pretty. So I did. And then this is Comic Books OC Carrion, because I love her. She's pretty. She's the love of my life. I'm Carrion's #1 fan. They're D&D OC, and I think that they're gonna be using her in a D&D campaign soon, which means that they've been posting a bunch of Carrion art recently, and I love her. I'm very excited to see more Carrion art. Anyway, I was like, I don't know if I've drawn Holly Berry and Dark Cacao before, so I was like, I should probably figure out how I want to draw them, and I like this Holly Berry a lot, and I like this Dark Cacao slightly less. And then we've got Pure Vanilla and Shadow Milk post Silver Tree, because they make me insane. And then I went to a concert, and I was like, I brought my sketchbook, and I need to bring my sketchbook to concerts more often because I like just sitting and drawing the scenery. Obviously, I'm paying attention to the music and whatnot, but this venue was really nice, so I was drawing. They had lamps, lamp posts inside. It was interesting, so I was drawing them. And then Pure Vanilla with my left hand because I'm right-handed, and it's not as bad as I thought it would be. And then these are the lyrics to an Amigo the Devil song. I think it might just be called Texaco. I could be wrong about that, but I think they're very Shadow Milk. And I have an animatic in my head to this song, but we'll see if that ends up actually happening. I've been getting better at doing animatics lately, but we'll see. But I'm working on a lot of stuff. This is, I don't know how to pronounce their username. Their name is Leo. They're Idol's Shadow Milk AU, redrawing a panel of that because I thought it was cute. They drive me insane. And then we've got, God, Placing the Blame. I don't remember the name of the artist, but it was like popular on TikTok for a little bit. You probably recognize the lyrics. That's very Deja Vu Elder Fairy. So I was like, I should draw him. And I was doing studies of what are they called? Of shadow puppets. Because I'm really into shadow puppets, shadow puppetry, and I have been for a really long time. So for a project, get back to that in a second. And then the like meme that was like, I have something I need to confess, and then something deeply traumatic and terrible, and then they think it's coming out as gay. So at the Council of Heroes, Holly Berry and Dark Cacao, because like Pure Vanilla isn't the one to tell them about the stuff with Dark Enchantress and White Lily, but they all like end up later making a decision that like we're not going to keep secrets from each other anymore. We're going to be honest. And in Deja Vu, Pure Vanilla has been keeping a pretty big secret from the two of them, or three of them, including Golden Cheese, but she's not there. So I was like, oh, what if Pure Vanilla is like, I have something else that I need to confess. And they're like, oh, and poor Golden Cheese is still in the loop about his amnesia. Is still out of the loop about his amnesia. So she's the only one who doesn't know until after he gets his memories back. Whoops. The take care of your own shadow milk is very silly. I think he's ugly and I want to kick him off a building. I love him so much. But I think Pure Vanilla would be very paternal towards him. And then more like expanding upon the idea of shadow puppets for a medals project, that ended up birthing the love of my life, my little guy. He's so cute. I love him dearly. He used to be very stiff, but right now he's like kind of loose. But I love him. He like, yeah, he can, I don't know. And then OC Tesla and my OC Edison. I think Edison, I like peaked with character design when I was designing him. I'm gonna be so honest. But the reason I wanted to draw them was because the new Panty and Stocking series or season came out, and I think it's it's polyester, I want to say. It's either polyurethane or polyester. Looks exactly like Tesla, and I don't know anything about Panty and Stocking, but I was like, how dare you steal my guy right out of my brain? Screw you. So I was like, I have to draw him, because I kept seeing that Panty and Stocking character around. This is a scene from, I want to say, the end of chapter 5 of Deja Vu. You'd think I know. It's my own fic. Whatever. And then Menthol Cookie, Premonition of Doom like update trailer came out, and I saw Menthol Cookie and I was like, oh, that's just Mikey from the Helena music video. So I drew him as Mikey from the Helena music video, and then I was like, I should draw Doyle as well because their design is like catering to me specifically. And then I went to go see MCR in Chicago, and it was the best night of my life. I still want to cry even thinking about it, but I was drawing my feelings about that. So we got Gerard with his grand immortal dictator in the background, and then Marianne and Ray looking absolutely gorgeous, and the gentleman who looks kind of ugly, but it's so fine. And then that says, say hello to all of the beautiful people, Marianne. I believe in Kapushka. And then I got a bunch of the little like papers because for the like fan project, and so I taped a bunch of them into my sketchbook. This isn't even all of them. I lost a couple of them, but I got so many, so I was like, I'll just tape them in. And then this is I stole my ticket from the train. And then I think this, like, chronologically, I did this Doel before the one on the other page, but I, like, did it at work, and then I stuffed it in my wallet to, like, keep it safe. And then I didn't realize that it was in my wallet until after I came back from Chicago. So, oops. And then when I got home, I finally had time to, like, actually process the Premonition of Doom update. So I was drawing some Shadow Milk and Pure Vanilla reacting to Avatar of Destiny. Avatar of Destiny probably isn't gonna make an appearance in Deja Vu. I haven't really thought much about the third book and all of the post-Silver Tree stuff. Sorry if my foot was in frame for a second. But Avatar of Destiny probably isn't. I mean, we'll see. Depends on how relevant Avatar of Destiny ends up being in the future. And then I wanted to draw Fount and Shadowmilk as Heaven Help Us, because that's my favorite song ever, and the lyrics are very them. And then I ended up taking this sketch and then digitalizing it and then animating it. It was my first ever attempt at lip sync, and it kind of sucks ass, but you know, we move on. And then we've got Yugi and a 10, because somebody who's following me on Tumblr, they have a Bakura profile picture, and every time I see it in my notifications, I get nostalgic for Yu-Gi-Oh, and I miss Yu-Gi-Oh so much. So I had to draw Yugi and Atem. This is how I drew them back when I was really into Yu-Gi-Oh. I love them so much. I still miss Yu-Gi-Oh. And then we've got, so MCR, during, I want to say the Revenge era, they released a shirt that says, "I don't need your friends, I've got my own," and it had bullets on it. And then, during the Swarm Tour era, they released a different shirt that said, "On second thought, let's all be friends," with a bunch of roses. And I was like, I love them so much. I love those shirts. But I was like, oh, what if couples matching shirt with Shadow Milk and Pure Vanilla, because it fits them. And then Shadow Milk, Morning, Pure Vanilla's long hair, because I miss it too, buddy. And then the Boston show happened, and I was having a lot of thoughts about the Boston show, so I had to paint it. And then we got Fount of Knowledge having a mental breakdown post chapter 7 of Deja Vu. And then losing my religion, because of course. And then this is just notes from my ASL class of like what the vocab is. Anyway, I want to get more into making comics. Because I was like, I think I've come to the conclusion that writing is not like writing like it's like books and stuff. That's not my strong suit. My strong suit is art. So if I can figure out how to make a comic, I think I can like tell the stories that I want to tell in a way that I think will be better, if that makes sense. Though I do want to get it like better at writing, because writing's like a lot faster than comics. Whatever, much to think about. Post Silver Tree, Shadow Milk, and Elder Fairy, and then more Fount of Knowledge, Mental Breakdown, and then I went to a local art fair, and one of the artists, like I love like those big windmills. I love windmill farms. So one of the artists there had a like painting of like the windmills, and I'm a broke college student. I don't have the money to pay for this like beautiful painting of windmills. So I was like looking through their mini prints to see if they had like a mini print of the windmills, but they didn't. And I was like, ah, damn. But they had a this like business card, so I just stole their business card and taped it into my sketchbook to say I love windmills, and I wanted it. Spire Peak drives me insane. I don't remember which chapter it was. May rewrote it from Sage's point of view, and it made me insane. But yeah, some life studies from when I was like at the park for that art event. Oh, they drive me insane. and then the Tampa show happened, and oh my god, the Tampa show. I'm gonna see them again. I'm gonna go to fucking Denver next summer to see them again. But oh god, My Chemical Romance, I Hate You. And we got White Lily. As I love her, but I don't draw her very often, so I was like, I should draw her. And then I was like, thinking about Pure Vanilla and Elder Fairy's confrontation post Deja Vu. I guess we'll see. We'll see when it ends up actually happening. It'll either be at the very end of Deja Vu or will happen in For the Departed, but you know. And then I was like, I saw some art somewhere, I don't remember anymore, of like the concept of like a dead person haunting you, but like you can see their reflection in the mirror. It's like not an uncommon like concept. So I was like, I should do that with Nomad and Shadowlook. So I drew it with Nomad and Shadowlook, and the black just destroyed this page. So if I ever use that black pen again, I really need to like Mod Podge it before, like immediately after, so that doesn't happen again, because I'm upset about that. And then White Lily and Silent Salt's costumes got announced, and as of recording this, they actually came out yesterday, and I have both of them in there. I love them so much, but yeah, I'm very excited about them. And then we've got Midsummer's Night Tragicomedy. I think that's the name of that costume set. Pure Vanilla, I don't like that costume, but a lot of people do, I think. So I was like, I guess I'll draw it, because I was reading a fic about it, as one does. I'm sure you know which fic I'm talking about. I don't remember the name of it though. And then Silent Salt update finally came out. Okay, this I think I did like shortly after finishing the previous sketchbook, but I think I found it in my desk again, and I taped it in. But anyway, Salt update came out. I love Charcoal Cookie. He's for me specifically, but I love Charcoal Cookie, so I had to draw him. And my cookie matches him, which is a complete coincidence, because my cookie has been wearing the outfit that he's wearing for like since I got it, essentially. Whatever. And then I had to rewrite the outline for Deja Vu, but I like it more now. But found Mental Breakdown, and I was having a lot of thoughts about the Salt update, as I'm pretty sure everybody was. So I did draw a comic about that, and I kind of want to redraw it with Awakened White Lilies. They match, but you know, whatever. I think that Pure Vanilla knows about Salt's involvement, but I don't think that the Beasts do. They drive me insane. And then we've got the new comic came out, or the promotional art for the comic came out with a sage, and so I was like, I should redraw that, because, you know, I was thinking about Spire Peak, as I am wont to do. Oh my god, come on. Elder Salt's canon in Deja Vu now. I had to age up Elder Fairy to do that, but you know, it's fine. I don't care. I wasn't attached to him being like a teenager or anything. Anyways, but this is where I watched my boyfriend die, Pure Vanilla Cookie. Cow a bummer. I don't think Pure Vanilla gives a shit. He's been put through too much to care about Elder Fairies. I like the idea of Elder Fairy being like, oh my god, finally, the only person who can understand what I've been going through is here. And Pure Vanilla's just like, I want to strangle you. What are you on about? I find that dynamic funny for them. we've got, God, found going through it, and then Caddy was like brainstorming for their fic Castle in the Void, which you should go read. And I had an idea. We were like bouncing ideas off of each other, and I was like, I need to draw this out. So that's what that is. And then I was thinking about Castle in the Void, and they gave me permission to steal like the general concept of the entire Vanilla Kingdom going to Shadowmilk's other realm instead of just pure vanilla. So I had to do angst about it. I wrote an entire one shot about it that I can't post because one of my Tumblr mutuals read it and they were like, "Oh my god, you're driving me insane," and I was like, "I'm driving myself insane, man." But oh god, I'm so normal. So just tormenting Shadowmilk. And then I was thinking about the scene in Deja Vu where they're trying to figure out like why Pure Vanilla time traveled, and Pure Vanilla's like, well, and Found's like, well, if it's because you broke your soul jam, like that would make sense because like that's a lot of like magic. And Pure Vanilla was like, well, it didn't happen last time my soul jam broke. And the Found's just like, you're a fucking idiot. I can't believe you're such a fucking idiot. I hate you. They're so silly. And then Pure Vanilla and White Lily. And then The Recluse from the spin-off AU, because I was having spin-off AU brainworms. And then this is more Spire Peak. This chapter made me insane, so I had to write a comic about it, and or make a comic about it. I didn't write it. This scene is from Spire Peak. And then I digitalized it. And then we've got, I was like, I can't keep drawing the same like 3 characters over and over. This is becoming a problem. So I spun a wheel. Like I found a wheel online that had like pretty much every single character on it. I don't think it had characters from after the summer update came out, or maybe it might not even have the summer characters on it. Either way, I spun it and I was like, I'm just gonna draw each character that I get. So I got Burnt Cheese, Capsaicin, Beach Blossom, and then Orange. And the Orange is like whatever, but I like the other ones just fine. And then I got Golden Cheese, I think. I was like, fine, I guess I'll try to conquer my fear of drawing her, because I love Golden Cheese so much, which means that I'm terrified of drawing her and not capturing her essence. But I really like this drawing, so I'm gonna be drawing more Golden Cheeses from now on. Her hair was intimidating to me because it like didn't make sense. It looked kind of like fire, but I was like, I don't want to give her fire, so I was like, I'll just channel my inner Yu-Gi-Oh fan and just make some shit up. And then we got White Lily and my 100% original character, Blueberry Cream Cookie, who definitely isn't just Font of Knowledge in a shitty disguise. I don't know what you're talking about. And then Post Silver Tree, Shadowmilk, and then Blueberry Yogurt Academy, Pure Vanilla, and what if White Lily killed him? Anyway, I was like, I guess if I'm gonna be a YouTuber, I should post YouTube shorts, because that's what like YouTube likes now. So I made a TikTok because I like using TikTok more, and I was like, I'll just cross post all of my TikToks onto YouTube shorts, and I'll be like, whatever. And then my TikTok got a lot of traction, which was, so I guess I'm a TikToker now, guys. But these are, this is my very first ever TikTok / YouTube short. We just got 0 views on TikTok. It was really funny. Anyway, more Blueberry Cream Cookie, and then Pure Vanilla, because he's gonna be in chapter 8 of Deja Vu. I'm still working on Deja Vu. I'm still writing it, guys. I've got ideas for chapter 8, I swear. And then we've got Shadowmilk, camping outfit. He's city, and then Amnesiac, Pure Vanilla. Yeah, and then White Lily. Their height difference is like, it fluctuates wildly, but whatever. Maybe this is like later. maybe this is like when she's significantly older, who knows, but more White Lily getting fed up with Pure Vanilla's bullshit. And then Nox, because I was like, I should figure out how to draw horses. I like horses. I should figure out how to draw horses because I like Silent Salt also. And it's okay. I'm insane about Two Smithereens. Go read it right now. It's so insanely good. So I should draw Two Smithereen Shadowmilk. I wonder why I like it so much. Impossible to say. Anyway, and then I was thinking about the spinoff AU, so I was toying around with changing Pure Vanilla's design a little bit for reasons. And then more like notes. So this would be like right after he got the Soul Jam, and then this would be like once it's been fucking with his body a little bit more, and more notes on that. And then I was like, well, if it's changing Pure Vanilla's body, then it's probably changing the Recluse's as well. So I gave him smaller ears and called it a day. And then somebody on Discord was like, I don't remember who it was. I want to say it was Bread. Anyway, was like, well, if like when they awaken, their hair gets longer, and I was like, but that means when he loses his Soul Jam, he's gonna have shorter hair, and I don't want to cut off his ponytail to attach to it. So I just gave him shorter ears, and I was like, called it a day. Thumbnails for my No Children animatic, which is up on my shorts if you want to watch that. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. And then we've got White Lily and Pure Vanilla reacting to the Recluse. And it's like, this is wildly uncomfortable. And Pure Vanilla's like, how do you think I feel? Something evil clone. This is Caddy's Shadowmilk for their My Hero Academia AU. And I love him so much. I had to draw him. And then more notes about Pure Vanilla. For the spin-off AU. And then more spin-off AU. Can you tell what I was thinking about? And then I was like, okay, so is Pure Vanilla gonna awaken? Is he gonna have an awakened form in this? And I was like, yes. So he awakens by giving the extra quarter of his Soul Jam to the Recluse. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I might change it. We'll see. I'm toying around with them sharing a body, so we'll see what's going on with that AU. And then the Recluse without his blindfold, because I want to show his expression, I guess. And then more Pure Vanilla. And then I was like, I should draw Black Raisin because I love her a lot, but I don't draw her ever. This I think the second time I've ever drawn her. Oopsies. Yeah. More Pure Vanilla's like awakening in the spinoff AU. And then I don't know why I drew Silent Salt on Jacob Horse, but you know, sometimes you just need to draw Silent Salt writing Jacob Horse. And then I did this ballpoint pen drawing of Fount of Knowledge, and I digitalized it, which I'll put on screen now. But while I was working on this, if you can't tell by how much I use it, my blue ballpoint pen is like my favorite pen ever. It's like shows up on pretty much every single page of this sketchbook. It died, and they don't make it anymore. So I was fucked. It died while I was working on this, so I was like essentially screwed. I was eventually able to find a replacement, but it took like 2 weeks for me to find one. So I was just like miserable for 2 weeks. I think I spent that entire time just working on the No Children animatic, because I just didn't want to work in my sketchbook if I didn't have my blue ballpoint pen. And then we've got Elder Fairy, like recognizing Pure Vanilla and Pure Vanilla having amnesia. And then I was like, I should drop Burning Spice because I love Burning Spice. I don't think people give him enough attention. He's like up there with my favorite characters. I love him so much, but people don't care about him. People misunderstand him. So somebody like made a joke about like burping lice being bored in my DMs, and I sent them a like really long text about why I think that that's a gross oversimplification of why he corrupted, and then they were like, wow, you thought that went through a lot, like, and I was like, yeah, I have a lot of thoughts about like why the virtue is corrupted, and they were like, oh, tell me more. So I sent them the link to my why Shadow Milk corrupted post, and they're like, I'm not reading all of that, and I was like, well, you asked me. And then White Lily awakened form because she had just been revealed, and she's so pretty. Oh my god, this is slightly wrong because she wasn't in game yet, but you know, whatever. And then we've got another scene from Deja Vu, because Caddy was like, more people should draw Shadow Milk comforting pure vanilla, and I was like, I should draw that. You're right. And then is thumbnail for painting that I'm working on. Trust and believe, guys, I'm working on it. Torso study, and then got pure vanilla wearing his Pigeon Lovers Club jacket, and then Shadow Milk inspired outfit for something that I'm plotting. And it was like getting closer to Halloween, and I was like, I want to draw Halloween art. I want to make Halloween art. And then I couldn't think of anything. So I just pure vanilla and Fountain of Knowledge outfit swap. And that's all I ended up doing for Halloween, which is tragic. But I finally got the new blue pen. Yippee, yippee, yippee. And as you can see, you know, we're so back. But more unnamed healer, because I was like messing around with like what I wanted his like ghostly hair to look like, and I'm still not entirely sold on that, but it's whatever. And then so there's a song called This Man Will Be the Death of Me by South for the Winter, and it's got the lyrics right there. Wait, no? Yeah. I woke one day to an empty bed and a pistol held against my head, and I was like, oh, that's what if Elder Fairy found out that Pure Vanilla had a soul jam? That's all. And then the White Lily update, Awakened White Lily update came out, and I was like, oh my god, she is so gorgeous. So I had to draw this new sprite of hers, because and then a kind of shitty Shadow Milk, because I was like testing out my new blue pen, and you can barely even tell that it's different. I love it so much. So to celebrate my new pen, I had to draw Shadow Milk, and I realized when I was working this that I had never done a highlighter piece of Shadow Milk before. I'd done a bunch of Founts of Knowledge, but like I think a couple Sages, which is weird. I don't like Sage that much, which you'd be surprised considering how much I drew him. Well, okay, I don't like Sage that much. I like I like Spire Peak a lot, but I don't really have much thoughts about like Sage like as a character. As far as we like see in canon, you know, whatever. And then I have been really into like tattoos and Paleolithic art. So this was an entire page inspired by like cave paintings, and then like tattooed mummies, studies of tigers. I love tigers. And then more of that, and then we've got Pure Vanilla showing the Recluse back to the Vanilla Kingdom, because I was thinking about them, and also the Recluse like seeing home again for the first time in like thousands of years, and the fact that he never thought he was gonna see the Vanilla Kingdom ever again. He makes me sad. Anyway, and then we've got Found. Yeah, so this was supposed to just be a skeletal study, and then I got a little carried away. So I think this is a significant improvement from the last time I tried to draw a bunch of milk crowns from the top. There we go. Yeah, that's a significant improvement, I think. Yeah, and then I put a white piece of paper under here so you could see just this better, but I don't have one, so use your imagination. And then I was like, I should draw Fount and Pure Vanilla like drawing each other. He's so proud of his ugly ass drawing. They make me sick. I did actually just close my eyes and try to draw Fount, like poorly, obviously. which is why it's like escaping and kind of on his like hand and stuff, because I wasn't able to actually center on the piece of paper because my eyes were closed. And then more spin-off AU Pure Vanilla. He's very pretty. I love him. And then Elderberry Fairy. And then I rewatched Paprika because it's been like trending on TikTok, and I love Paprika. So I was like, oh, I should draw some Vanilla Beholder fan art, like inspired by Paprika. And then I finished it digitally, as you will see. But I was like, oh, because I'm on a Discord server with May, with the authors of Vanilla Beholder, and I had seen that May had like started a rough sheet of Oleander Fairy. So I was like, oh, do you have that finished? And they did not. So I just kind of had to make it up, but you know, it's whatever. And then more of like that idea of the Vanilla Kingdom showing up in Shadowmilk's other realm, and then Shadowmilk seeing Pure Vanilla after his fight with Dark Enchantress, and then he doesn't even know if it's his Pure Vanilla cookie. He doesn't, like, it's entirely possible that, like, well, he thinks that Pure Vanilla's dead. So it's one thing to like know that somebody's dead. It's another thing to see like tangible proof of that fact. They drive me insane. And then I think it's 10 Black Crows, I want to say. Myself for the Winter. I could be wrong. But like kind of inspired by that, like found Walking to the Gallows. And then Pure Vanilla finding out about Salt's involvement in the stealing of the beasts and wanting to beat the shit out of him, honestly, as he should. And then Shadowmilk's just like, dude, like, this is not gonna help our cause, that, like, we're not gonna cause problems. Oh my god. And then it's like, this is not the way to get on Elderberry's good side, Jesus Christ. And then the Ancients, like, talking about, like, their Soul Jam's lights, and Pure Vanilla's just like, you guys can talk to your Soul Jam? It's like, you can't? They're so stupid, I love them. Concept for an animation, maybe, that I might do, inspired by the, if I can find it. It's a comic from forever ago. Do I have... At what point? Yeah, this comic. And then the rest of this was done on Halloween. But somebody in my class dressed up as like, had a funky little jester costume for Halloween, and I was like, oh, I need to draw you. I love your outfit so much. So I drew it, and I was gonna be like, I drew you. But they left before I was able to. So I was upset, but I like that drawing. And I was like, I should draw a pastel blue Pure Vanilla, because I love him dearly. And then more like studies of morgues for a painting that I'm working on. And I was like, so I asked a bunch of people on Discord, I was like, hey, I want to try and finish the sketchbook today. Because I was like, when October started, I was like, oh, I have like this many pages left on the sketchbook. If I keep going at the rate that I've been going, I'll probably be able to completely finish the sketchbook by the end of October. So then by the time Halloween happened, I had managed to construe that into, I need to finish this sketchbook by the end of October, or I'm a failure. So I was just like trying to rush to finish the last couple pages of the sketchbook, like on the day that I had like set this like deadline for myself for no apparent reason. But I was like, what do you guys want me to draw? Like, send me requests. I want to finish the sketchbook. And nobody sent me anything, so I just went in doubt to draw a bunch of power lines. I love power lines. I like this page a lot. Well, I like just the look of power lines. And then I was like, I guess I'll draw Frank Halloween because I was at work. And then more of my 100% original character, Blueberry Cream Cookie. And then I was like, it's Halloween. I'll do the pumpkin pie cookie. So I drew her, and she's very cute. And then Govel was like, show me those DOAL drawings that you said you were gonna do. And I was like, oh, they're on my iPad. And I want to work traditionally, not digitally. Sorry, I drew a DOAL anyways, even though that wasn't really what they were asking for. And then Caddy, last minute coming in clutch, was like, you should draw Fount stargazing. And I was like, oh, thank you, Caddy. My life is yours. So I drew Fount and Pure Vanilla stargazing because there's the scene in Deja Vu where they're like looking at the stars, and Pure Vanilla's like, the stars, they look so different because like the night sky changes a lot, like gradually over time. So this, like, they die and they shift and whatever, and Pure Vanilla is like looking up at the sky, and he doesn't recognize the night sky anymore, and I'm like. So I drew that, and Kathy was like, what the fuck, why did you make it angsty? And I was like, this is my job, I make things angsty. And that's it, that's the end. I do have my next sketchbook, but I haven't started it yet, because I'm like, this was the last, oh my god. This was the last sketchbook that I had started. So it's been since 2023 since I last started a sketchbook, so that's like needlessly intimidating now. I'm considering just like getting a plastic grocery bag and just taping it on the front and then drawing on that, so it like feels less precious, I suppose. So that's probably what I'll do. But let me know, other than sketchbook tours, obviously, what you guys want to see from me. I've been posting shorts if you're interested in that. I mentioned last video that I wanted to make an OC video, and I still do, but as evidenced here, I have not been thinking about my OCs at all. So maybe in my next sketchbook, I'll be brainstorming that. I don't know. Let me know what else you want to see from me. I'll probably make a video about Deja Vu at some point, because obviously that's the only thing I think about anymore. Like and subscribe, as they say, or don't. I'm not the boss of you. And that's it.